Welcome inside this special web edition of Cuse Countdown, joined by Kevin Ryans and Jared Barton. Andrew Scaglione ahead of Syracuse and Wake Forest this weekend in the Carrier Dome. And guys, we're going to break down this first ACC matchup of the year, play a little game of pitch it or keep it. If you like it, obviously, you can keep that. If you don't like it, you'll pitch it. I'll give you a couple statements surrounding a few different areas around Syracuse. So, Kevin, Eric Dungey, new starting quarterback for Syracuse. He will turn the ball over. Pitch it or keep it.
Yes, I'm going to keep this one. He's a young quarterback, and with young quarterbacks, they're going to make a lot of mistakes, especially if you're going to be thrown into a game like that. You know, they're going to probably have him throw the ball some. I don't think like a whole bunch. But that's something to look out for, is whether that Wake Forest defense, a much better defense than Rhode Island, is going to come up and try to see if they can force mistakes out of a young quarterback like Eric Dungey. I'm keeping this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with a keep as well on this. Wake Forest defense is much better than Rhode Island's defense ever will be. And I think that, Eric Dungey did fairly well for all the plays he made there in the Rhode Island game. He's bound to mess up sometime soon. It's just a fact of life. He's going to mess up this game. He's going to mess up in multiple games throughout his career. But, good quarterbacks get through that, and I think he has a potential to be a decent quarterback here for the Orange.
It's a bigger difference than people think between a 1AA team and a Division I ACC team, especially in Wake Forest. All right, Jared, so Jordan Fredericks had 100 yards last week. Does a freshman running back have 100 yards? Pitch it or keep it?
I'm going to pitch this one. I really don't think that that's going to happen again. Again, it goes back to the defense of Wake Forest. It's just much better than Rhode Island. You got to think that they're running that system where they have multiple running backs, so it's really going to be tough to get one guy to get to 100 yards. I'm going to pitch it on this one.
I'm going to keep this one. I think there's a young quarterback in the game. I was alluding to my last point, where you have a young guy who maybe make mistakes by throwing the ball. They're going to want to go out and probably run the ball a lot. SU goes deep with running backs. I think you're going to see a lot of Dante Strickland in this game. He was very impressive in that first game, and if he gets the ball a lot and the offensive line stays consistent, I can see him going for 100 yards.
Well, the common so far is that Wake's defense is absolutely better than Rhode Island's defense. But guys, Syracuse scores first. Kevin, pitch it or keep it?
I am going to pitch this one. You see, they got off to a really, really bad start, Syracuse, especially last year when they won a lot of games. There is a very young defense and a very young offense. They're going to make mistakes a lot early on in the game. Remember in the last game, the Rhode Island game, even though they won 47-0, there was a lot of mistakes made in that game. I know Terrell Hunt was the quarterback and not Eric Dungey. I'm going to look for Wake Forest to take advantage of those early mistakes and score first.
I'm going to keep it. Definitely, I think the Orange score first in this game. Again, it goes back to Terrell Hunt was under center starting the game. Eric Dungey looks like he's a little more calm, a little more ready to go, and I think they go out and punch one into the end zone here or kick a field goal definitely before Wake Forest gets on the board.
So we've talked about a little offense, a little defense, kind of how young both teams are. But guys, Kevin, who's your X factor coming into this game? Who are you looking out for?
Well, definitely my X factor is going to be the SU offensive line. Can they stay consistent and keep going on as they were before in last game? Can they open up the running lanes for the running backs to be very well? Can they protect Eric Dungey so he can make the plays, make the throwing plays that he has to make, find his wide receivers and everything? They did a great job against Rhode Island, but this is an ACC team. This is a very different ball game, and I look for this offensive line to be really well coached and go into this game, and hopefully for SU fans and for the SU ball club, they can do well and SU can win the ball game.
Yeah, I'm going to go. My X factor is definitely the consistency of the defense.
So the other side of the ball.
Correct. That defense really picked apart the Rhode Island offense. And, now it is ACC play. What's going to happen? That's the question. Can they come up with some big turnovers, some fumble recoveries, maybe another interception for a touchdown? That's all going to be remains to be seen right now. So we'll see if they can go ahead and carry that same strong defensive presence into ACC play.
So offensive line play, defensive consistency, does it all add up to the second win of the season for Syracuse? Kevin?
I do think it adds up to the second win for SU. I think they're going to win this one 26-17. The defense starts off bad early, and so does the offense, but they both pick it up. And I think Cole Murphy's going to be a really big factor in this one. Two really strong defenses going against each other. He may make the 2 or 3 field goals that seal the deal in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go the SU wins their second game of the season as well. 24-10, my final score. This offense shows that they can score touchdowns. Yeah, Irv Phillips is going to be out, but they still have some other weapons out there that Dungey could throw to. And then, of course, the plethora of nice running backs that they have. Those guys come back to play. It should be an easy win there for the Orange, 24-10.
Remember, Syracuse had a similar start to the season last year, beating up on the bad teams before finishing 3-9. But it should be interesting. First ACC game of the season, only in game number 2 on the slate for the Orange. That's on Saturday at 12:30 in the Carrier Dome. You can follow us on Twitter at Citrus TV Sports for coverage throughout the game and throughout the entire season. For my analysts Kevin and Jared, I'm Andrew. Enjoy the game.